Good evening, Kitsap. This is Inside Kitsap. I'm your host, Michael Nile, and we have a wonderful guest for you this evening. This evening we have a man who has changed the world. He is changing the lives of people on the other side of the globe, from right here in Kitsap County. He is providing access to work, to school, and to education and healthcare. He might be in transportation. As a matter of fact, our next guest is the head of Bicycles for Humanity for Kitsap County. Please join me in welcoming Tom Larkwin. Tom, thank you for joining the show.
Thank you for having me.
Did you ride your bicycle here today?
As a matter of fact, I did not.
Well, Tom, you had a very successful career with the city of Seattle. You worked with them for over 20 years, and then you retired. You could have gone on a yacht. You could have played golf. You could have played water polo for the rest of your life. But you chose Bicycles for Humanity. Tell us how you got interested in that.
Well, it's kind of an interesting question, actually, and a series of events happened that at the time didn't seem to be related to each other at all. Back in 2000, I did something for the very first time in my life. I left North America and I took a 4.5-week vacation to Africa. Yeah. And a couple of those weeks were spent in South Africa. There I saw poverty like I had only read about, and it really got me in my heart. 10 years later, I retired from the city of Seattle, and I was browsing on the internet, and I came across the website for Bicycles for Humanity. I saw what they were doing with bicycles, how it changed people's lives, and the really interesting thing, that the real hook for me, was they were sending bikes to the exact area in South Africa I was at. I was walking in some of the towns where they delivered bicycles.
Wow. So, Tom, do you drive around a big U-Haul truck and pick up bicycles off of Craigslist and garage sales? How does this work?
All those areas, garage sales, Craigslist, I get bicycles from all those places. But the most common way is people telephone me and say, I have a bike, would you like it? I go pick it up and bring it back to my garage and store it there.
So your garage must be pretty big, or you're...
It's a typical size garage, but when my garage gets full, I call somebody in Seattle. They come over with a moving van, we load it up, and they take it back to the warehouse in Seattle.
Wow. So what is the most unique bike that you've picked up?
I had two fairly unique bikes, or not really unique, but out of the ordinary. One was a recumbent bike. So those you sit in like a chair, and your legs are kind of up high when you pedal. Another one was, it was a tricycle, kind of you would see like a Boeing.
Wow. So do you take bicycles in any condition, or they have to be brand new, certain age? How does that work?
I can tell you this, I have low standards. I'm not particularly interested in the condition. The frame has to be solid and in really good shape, but the rest of the bike can really be in any condition.
Wow. So you get these bikes in your garage, you have I guess a shipping container delivered, and you get, what, a couple friends, you drink some beer, and you cram these things in? How does that work?
Well, after they come over from Seattle with the moving van, there's usually 3 of us that load the van. So we get the van loaded, they take it back to Seattle, and when they get around 550 bikes, 600 bikes, somewhere in that area at the warehouse, then we pack the actual shipping container. These are huge containers, they're 40 feet long.
Wow.
We get 530 bikes in one of those containers.
Are there restrictions, government inspections, or you just shut the door and away it goes?
Pretty much shut the door and away it goes. We throw in $5,000 worth of tools and spare parts in there too. So they have a complete bike shop when it gets over there.
So, Tom, I understand several years ago that you actually took a trip over there to see where these bicycles went.
That's true.
Tell us a
Quite
little
an
bit about
adventure.
that adventure.
That was one of the high points of my life, actually. I spent a week over there basically going to a series of meetings with different people we developed relationships with over there. Like the Rotary is very involved with this over there. And
Good.
one day, a person by the name of Fulvio, who's a Rotarian, and oh, by the way, I'm an honorary Rotarian from Mpangini. That's where Fulvio's from. And that guy has been instrumental in our success over there. And one day, we brought about 30 bikes to a high school, and to see the joy on those kids' faces was worth every penny to travel over there.
I can only imagine, Tom. I'm curious, though, there must be hundreds and hundreds of people that want these bicycles. How do you choose who gets a bicycle?
Thousands, tens of thousands of people.
How do you decide who gets each bicycle?
A lot of that, well, first off, the container goes to a specific location. Who determines where that is for the most part, the Rotarian over there. They determine a need, or a lot of times we'll get petition from a particular organization. For instance, when we brought them to the high school, that particular high school said the kids that are going to get these bikes are the ones with the best grades. Another high school might say the kids that have the greatest need, the kids that live the furthest from school will get them. It's up to the individuals that we actually deliver the bike to make that determination.
That is wonderful, Tom. I understand you hit your goal this year of 1,500 bicycles. Is that true?
That's right. I have collected 1,500 bicycles, a little over that now.
Wonderful.
That's 3 containers.
Wonderful. So we've got to wrap up here, Tom, but tell us about this red envelope campaign and how we can help here in Kitsap County.
Well, One Call for All is an organization on the island. It's a nonprofit. And they basically send out this red envelope every year to everybody on the island. People can donate to, I think they're up to probably 200 charities or something. I don't know the exact number. You can do it through sending the envelope back. You can go online and just make a donation to any one of those. And Bicycles for Humanity has now been on there 2 years. This is the 2nd year. Anybody, anywhere can make a donation, but only people on Bainbridge get a donation. You can go to onecallforall.org to make a donation.
That is great, Tom. Thank you so much for coming on, and best of luck next year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both, and we'll take a few moments.